Newton's three laws of motion predict the motion of virtually all objects on Earth and in space. But today, we are going to focus on the third law. Are you guys ready? Let's do this. Newton's third law of motion states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. This law explains what happens when two bodies exert forces on each other. Whenever an object pushes another object, it gets pushed back in the opposite direction equally. This is the most well-known of Newton's three. It seems to be the hardest to fully comprehend. Again, it is a tribute to Newton that he was able to see this law. For every action, every force, the same action or force happens in the opposite direction. As you sit on your chair watching this, gravity is pulling down with a certain force, the force of your weight and the weight of the chair. The floor is pushing up with the same force. Here are some simple demonstration of Newton's third law. First is inflating a balloon. The inflated balloon has compressed air pressing equally against all the sides. When you release the balloon, the air rushes out the open hole at the bottom. The action is that the air is pushed out in the other direction. Exhibit 2. A person standing. The action force is the earth pulls person down with a force equal to their weight. The reaction force is that the person pulls the earth up with a force equal to their own weight. Another example is a dribbling basketball. The action, the earth pulls on ball, and the reaction is the ball pulls on earth. And lastly, the skateboard tires. The action, tire pushes on the road, and the reaction is the road pushes on tire. In this simple but fun activity, students will explore Newton's third law of motion by doing some experiments. And for our first experiment, the rocket balloon boat. Have you ever been on a skateboard? Now think about it when you're on a skateboard. To get the skateboard to go, you move your feet backwards and the skateboard goes forward. That is exactly how rockets work. There's an action, you're going back, and there's an opposite reaction, you're going forward. Now think about a rocket ship. Something is pushing down, and the rocket goes up. But do rockets always have to go up? Could be a rocket go that way? I'm gonna show you how we can make a rocket balloon boat that works the exact same principle, the same as the rocket ship. There's an action, and there's an opposite reaction. For our second experiment, a rocket skateboard. This experiment will pop a cork out of a PET bottle and make it go 20 to 30 feet, while the skateboard moves in the other direction. This is an outer experiment, so be careful with this. The cork comes out with a good amount of force. So don't point it at anyone or anything. Don't point it at yourself either. First, you have to strap the PET bottle to the top of the skateboard with the duct tape or any tape. You want the opening of the bottle to be at the back of the skateboard. Next, put about 1 inch of vinegar into the bottle. And then shove a wad of paper towel or just use a paper as far into the neck of the bottle as you can. Make sure that the wad is not too tight. It needs to stick into the neck of the bottle but not too tightly. And then pour baking soda into the neck of the bottle. Fill the bottle from the wad of paper all the way to the top of the bottle. Now, put the cork into the bottle fairly tightly. Next, you have to tap the whole contraption hard on the ground outside to force the wad of paper and the baking soda in the bottle. Give the bottle a little bit of shake. And then, set it down and watch. Don't stand behind the skateboard where the cork will shoot. In 20 seconds or less, the cork should come popping off the bottle. And there you go.
The sun goes down, the stars come out, and all that counts is here and now. My universe will never be the same. I'm glad you came. I hear your heart beat to the beat of the drums. Oh, what a shame.
For our fourth experiment, it's called the balloon races. And with it, you understand a good deal about the way matter moves about on Earth and in space. Take a look around. Everything that moves or is moved follows Newton's law.
Don't wake me up, don't wake me, don't wake me up, yeah, don't wake me We are never, ever, ever getting back together, and we are never, ever, ever getting back as long we could be broke as long as you're with me. I'll be a platinum, I'll be a silver, and I'll be a gold, 'cause I'm a
Okay, go.
all those fairy tales are full of it. One more stupid love song I'll be singing.